What's up, everyone? What's happening, everyone? Oh, I'm tired, bro. I'm tired, bro. It's time, bro. Man, I've been tired this summer, man. Beside the point, let's continue the challenge. You know what we got today. Let me share my page and show y'all what we got. I'm behind, y'all. I am behind right now, and it's pissing me off. It really is. It's okay, guys. So this is my reading plan. As you guys, I've showed you guys multiple times. So guys, I today's the 10th. I wasn't able to read yesterday. I wasn't able to read the last 15 chapters of Proverbs. I got in at I got back from work at like 1 a.m. guys. I don't know what happened at work. It was super busy at the end. I had to close. I'm not trying to make excuses, but it was like 1 a.m. and I was just tired. I could not read. Literally, I came back and I just went to bed. Um, so, I mean, it's never too late to. It's never too late. As long as I do read it today, because guys, as you guys see, we have a bunch of other readings today. We gotta finish Proverbs. We gotta read the whole book of Ecclesiastes, read the whole book of Songs of Solomon, read 15 chapters of Isaiah. So like today's not a light day, and then you have to add 15 chapters of Proverbs. So guys, I'm putting myself in a tough situation. I'm behind, and uh, that's not good. So let's see how much we can read in the next 2.5 hours because I have work at 12. I have work at 12. My work is about an hour away, so I have to drive there. It's an hour drive, so you all know what I have to do. I have to leave at 11, so I have about 2.5 hours. So hopefully I can read all of Psalms, all of Proverbs, all of Ecclesiastes, and then hopefully I can read the rest of Proverbs, read Ecclesiastes, read Songs of Solomon, and then later on when I come back from work at like 5 o'clock or so, I'm able to read 15 chapters of Isaiah. So guys, that's how I have to approach it, just because just where I'm at. Unfortunately, and I'm tired. So 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 yeah, guys. So that's what I have, guys. I'm behind. I'm trying to catch up. I told y'all that I never wanted to be behind because if you are behind, it's hard to catch up. But guys, I mean, we got to continue the challenge here. We can't just quit because we didn't finish the reading yesterday. And we're so close to like we can't just start fading away. We can't start slacking off, guys. I said that yesterday. I can't start slacking off just because I have a couple. I got about 10 days left, so I can't slack off here. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna try and finish Proverbs. We're gonna try and read that as quick as. And my alarm is going off. Beautiful. Um. So I guess that's what I have. Let me see if I can read Proverbs as quick as possible. Um, and I'm gonna stop sharing this, guys. So me share my Bible gateway. So, Proverbs, what? Proverbs 16, Proverbs 11. So, so you guys know what we got. Let's continue reading here. All right, so Proverbs 11. Let's do this. Let's do this. We can do this, guys. We can do this. Just can't put ourselves behind. A false balance is an abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. When pride comes, then comes disgrace. But with the humble is wisdom, the integrity of the upright guides them, but the crookedness of the treacherous destroys them. Riches do not profit in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivers from death. The righteous of the blameless keeps his way straight, but the wicked fall by his own wickedness. The righteous of the upright delivers them, but the treacherous are taken captive by their lust. When the wicked dies, his hope will perish, and the expectation of wealth perishes too. The righteous is delivered from trouble, and the wicked walks into it instead. With his mouth, the godless man would destroy his neighbor, but by knowledge the righteous are delivered. When it goes well with the righteous, the city rejoices, and when the wicked perishes, there are shouts of gladness. By the blessings of the upright, a city is exalted. Out of the mouth of the wicked, it is overthrown. Whoever belittles his neighbor lacks sense, but a man of understanding remains silent. Whoever goes about slandering reveals secrets, but he who is trustworthy in spirit keeps a thing covered. When there is no guidance, a people falls. But in abundance of counsel, there is safety. Whoever puts up security for a stranger will surely suffer harm, but he who hates striking hands and pledge is secure. A gracious woman gets honored, and violent men gets riches. A man who is kind benefits himself, but a cruel man hurts himself. The wicked earns deceptive wages, but the one who sows righteous gets a sure reward. Whoever is steadfast and righteous will live, but he who pursues evil will die. Those of crooked hearts are an abomination to the Lord, but those of blameless ways are his delight. Be assured, an evil person will not go unpunished, but the offsprings of the righteous will be delivered. Like a gold ring in a pig's snout is a beautiful woman without discretion. The desire of the righteous ends only in good, the expectation of the wicked in wrath. One gives freely, grows all the richer. Another withholds what he should give and only suffers want. Whoever brings blessings will be enriched, and the one who waters will himself be watered. The people curse him who holds back grain, but a blessing is on the head of him who sells it. Whoever diligently seeks good seeks favor, but evil comes to him who searches for it. Whoever trusts in his riches will fall, but the righteous will flourish like a green leaf. Whoever troubles his own household will inherit the wind, and the fool will be a servant to the wise of heart. The fruit of the righteous is a tree of life, and whoever captures soul is wise. If the righteous is repaid on earth, how much more the wicked and the sinner? So that's 12. 12. Whoever loves discipline loves knowledge, but he who hates reproof is stupid. A good man obtains favor from the Lord, but a man of evil devices he condemns. No one is established by wickedness, but the root of the righteous will never be moved. An excellent wife is a crown of her husband, but she who brings shame is like rottenness in his bones. The thought of the righteous are just, the counsels of the wicked are deceitful. The words of the wicked lie in wait for blood, but the mouth of the upright delivers them. The wicked are overthrown and are no more, but the house of the righteous will stand. A man is commended according to his good sense, but one of twisted mind is despised. Better to be lowly and have a servant than to play the great man and lack bread. Whoever is righteous has regard for the life of his beast, but the mercy of the wicked is cruel. Whoever works his land will have plenty of bread, but he who follows worthless pursues lacks sense. Whoever is wicked covets the spoil of evildoers, but the root of the righteous bears fruit. An evil man is ensnared by the transgression of his lips, but the righteous escapes from trouble. From the fruit of his mouth, a man is satisfied with good, and the work of a man's hand comes back to him. The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but a wise man listens to advice. The vexation of a fool is known at once, but the prudence ignores an insult. Whoever speaks the truth gives honest evidence, but a false witness utters deceit. There is one whose rash words are like sword thrust, but the tongue of the wise brings healing. Truthful lips endure forever, but a lying tongue is but for a moment. Deceit is in the heart of those who devise evil, but those who plan peace have joy. No ill befalls righteous, but the wicked are filled with trouble. Lying lips are an abomination to the Lord, but those who act faithfully are his delight. A prudent man conceals knowledge, but the heart of fools proclaims folly. The hand of the diligent will rule, while the slothful will be put to forced labor. And anxiety in a man's heart weighs him down, but a good word makes him glad. One who is righteous is a guide to his neighbor, but the way of the wicked leads them astray. Whoever is slothful will not roast his game, but the diligent man will get precious wealth. In the path of righteousness is life, and in its pathway there is no death. Let's keep going here. A wise son hears his father's instruction, but a scoffer does not listen to rebuke. From the fruit of his mouth the man eats what is good, but the desire of the treacherous is for violence. Whoever guards his mouth preserves his life, and he who opens wide his lips comes to ruin. The soul of the sluggard craves and gets nothing, while the soul of the diligent is richly supplied. The righteous hates falsehood, but the wicked brings shame and disgrace. Righteous guards him whose ways is blameless, but sin overthrows the wicked. One pretends to be rich, yet has nothing. Another pretends to be poor, yet has great wealth. The ransom of a man's life is his wealth, but a poor man hears no threat. The light of the righteous rejoices, but the lamp of the wicked will be put out. By insolence comes nothing but strife, but with those who take advice is wisdom. Wealth gained hastily will dwindle, but whoever gathers little by little will increase it. Hope deferred makes the heart sick, but a desire fulfilled is a tree of life. Whoever despises the words brings destruction on himself, but he who reverses the commandment will be rewarded. The teachings of the wise is a fountain of life, the one who may turn away from the snares of death. Good sense wins favor, but the way of the treacherous is their ruin. Every prudent man acts with knowledge, but a fool flaunts his folly. A wicked messenger falls into trouble, but a faithful envoy brings healing. Poverty and disgrace come to him who ignores instruction, but whoever heeds reproof is honored. A desired a desire fulfilled is sweet to the soul, but to turn away from evil is an abomination to fools. Whoever walks with wise becomes wise, but the companion of fools will suffer harm. Disaster pursues sinners, but the righteous are rewarded with good. A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children, but the sinner's wealth is laid up for the righteous. The fallow ground of the poor will yield much food, but it is swept away through injustice. Whoever spares the rod hates his son, but he who loves him is diligent to discipline him. The righteous is enough to satisfy his appetite, but the belly of the wicked suffers want. Whoever spares the rod hates his son, but he who loves him is diligent to discipline him. I like that. That's very important there. Interesting. The wisest of women builds her house, but folly with her own hands tears it down. Whoever walks in uprightness fears the Lord, but he who is devious in his ways despises him. By the mouth of a fool comes a rod for his back, but the lips of the wise will preserve them. Where there are no oxen, the manger is clean, but abundant crops comes by the strength of the ox. A faithful witness does not lie, but a false witness breathes out lies. A scoffer seeks wisdom in vain, but knowledge is easy for a man of understanding. Leave the presence of a fool, for there you do not meet words of knowledge. The wisdom of the prudent is to discern their ways, but the folly of fools is deceiving. Fools mock at the guilt offering, but the upright enjoy acceptance. The heart knows its own bitterness, and no stranger shares its joy. The house of the wicked will be destroyed, but the tent of the upright will flourish. There is a way which seems right to a man, but its end is the way to death. Even in the laughter the heart may ache, and the end of joy may be grief. I like that. Let me actually write that down. I really like that. There's a way which seems right to a man, but its end is death. Y'all go, that's Proverbs 14. Proverbs 14:12. The backslider in heart will be filled with the fruit of his ways, and a good man will be filled with the fruit of his ways. The simple believes everything, but the prudent gives thought to his steps. One who is wise is cautious and turns away from evil, but a fool is reckless and careless. A man of quick temper acts foolishly, and a man of evil devices is hated. The simple inherit folly, but the prudent are crowned with knowledge. The evil bow down before the good, the wicked at the gates of the righteous. The poor is disliked even by his neighbor, but the rich has many friends. Whoever despises neighbor is a sinner, but blessed is he who is generous to the poor. Do they not go astray who devise evil, and those who devise good meet steadfast love and faithfulness. In all toil there is profit, but mere talk tends only to poverty. Tends only to poverty. The crown of the wise is their wealth, but the folly of fools brings folly. A truthful witness says lies, but the one who breathes out lies is deceitful. In the fear of the Lord, one has strong confidence, and his children will have a refuge. The fear of the Lord is a fountain of life, the one who may turn away from the snares of death. In a multitude of people is the glory of a king, but without people a prince is ruined. Whoever is slow to anger has great understanding, but he who has hasty temper exalts folly. A tranquil heart gives life to the flesh, but envy makes the bones rot. Whoever oppresses a poor man insults his maker, but he who is generous to the needy honors him. The wicked is overthrown through his evil doing, but the righteous finds refuge in his death. Wisdom rests in the heart of a man of understanding, but it makes itself known even in the midst of fools. Uh, Righteous exalts a nation, but sin is reproach to any person. A servant who deals wisely has the king's favor, but his wrath falls on one who acts shamefully. So that's 14. A soft answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. The tongue of the wise commends knowledge, but the mouths of fools pour out folly. The eyes of the Lord are in every place, keeping watch on the evil and the good. A gentle tongue is a tree of life, but perverseness in it breaks the spirit. A fool despises his father's instruction, but whoever heeds reproof is prudent. In the house of the righteous there is much treasure, but trouble befalls the income of the wicked. The lips of the wise spread knowledge, not so the heart of the fools. The sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination to the Lord, but the prayer of the upright is acceptable to him. The way of the wicked is an abomination to the Lord, but he who loves him who pursues righteousness. But he loves him who pursues righteousness. There's a severe discipline for him who forsakes the way. Whoever hates reproof will die. Sheol and Abaddon lie open before the Lord, but how much more the hearts of the children of man? A scoffer does not like to be reproved. He will not go to the wise. A glad heart makes a cheerful face, but by sorrow of heart the spirit is crushed. The heart of him who has understanding seeks knowledge, but the mouths of fools feed on folly. All the days of the afflicted are evil, but the cheerful of heart has a continual feast. Better is a little with the fear of the Lord than great treasure and trouble with it. Better is a dinner of herbs where love is than a fattened oxen hated with it. A hot-tempered man stirs up strife, but he who is slow to anger quiets contention. The way of a sluggard is like a hedge of thorns, but the path of the upright is a level highway. A wise son makes a glad father, but a foolish man despises his mother. Folly is a joy to him who lacks sense, but a man of understanding walks straight ahead. Without counsel, plans fall, but with many advisers, they succeed. To make an up to make an apt answer is a joy to a man, but a word in season, how good is it? How good it is. The path of life leads upward for the prudent, but he may turn away from shield beneath. Excuse me. The Lord tears down the house of the proud, but maintains the widow's boundaries. The thought of the wicked are an abomination to the Lord, but gracious words are pure. Whoever is greedy for unjust gain troubles his own household, but he who hates bribes will live. The heart of the righteous ponders how to answer, but the mouth of the wicked pours out evil things. The Lord is far from the wicked, but he hears the prayer of the righteous. Um, the light of the eyes rejoices the heart. Um, the good news refreshes the bones. The ears that listen to life, giving reproof, will dwell among the wise. Whoever ignores instruction, whoever ignores instructions despises himself, but he who listens to reproof gains intelligence. The fear of the Lord is instruction and wisdom, and humility comes before honor. 60. The plans of the heart of man, the plans of the heart belong to man, but the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. All the ways of a man are pure in his own eyes, but the Lord weighs the spirit. Um, Commit your work to the Lord, and your plans will be established. The Lord has made everything for its purpose, even the wicked for the day of trouble. Everyone who is arrogant in heart is an abomination to the Lord. Be assured, you will not go unpunished. By steadfast love and faithfulness, iniquity is atoned for, and by the fear of the Lord, one turns away from evil. When a man's ways pleases the Lord, he makes even his enemies to be at peace with him. Better is a little with righteousness than a great revenue with injustice. The heart of a man plans his ways, but the Lord establishes his steps. An oracle is on the lips of a king. His mouth does not sin in judgment. A just balance and scales are the Lord's. All the weights in the bag are his work. It is an abomination to the king to do evil, for the throne is established by righteousness. Righteous lips are the delight of a king, and he loves him who speaks what is right. Let me check something here. A king's wrath is a messenger of death, and a wise man will appease it. In the light of a king's face there is life, and his favor is like the clouds that bring the spring rain. How much better to get wisdom than gold, to get understanding is to be chosen rather than silver. The highways of the upright turns aside from evil. Whoever guards his ways preserves his life. Pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. It is better to be of lowly spirit with the poor than to divide the spoil with the proud. Whoever gives thought to the word will discover good, and blessed is he who trusts in the Lord. The wise of heart is called discerning, but the sweetness of speech increases persuasiveness. persuasiveness. God's good sense is a fountain of life to him who has it, but the instruction of fools is folly. The heart of the wise makes his speech judicious, and adds persuasiveness to his lips. Gracious words are like a honeycomb, sweetness to the soul and health to the body. There's a way that seems right to a man, but its end is the way to death. Again, I thought this is like Proverbs 14, Proverbs 16, 16, 25. A worker's appetite works for him. His mouth urges him on. A worthless man plots evil, and his speech is like a scorching fire. A dishonest man spreads strife, and a whisperer separates close friends. A man of violence entices his neighbor and leads him in a way that is not good. Whoever winks his eye plans dishonest things, and he who purses his lips brings evil to pass. Gray hair has a crown of glory; it is gained in a righteous life. Whoever is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he who rules his spirit when he who takes a city. The law is cast into the lap, but its every decision is from the Lord. So that's 16, 17. It's like everything, bro. Proverbs might be, I don't know about Proverbs, y'all. Proverbs is cool, but reading it all in one day is not. This might be my hardest read yet. Second hardest. This Proverbs is definitely my second hardest read. Um, yeah, it's difficult here. Better is a dry morsel with quiet than a house full of feasting with strife. A servant who deals wisely will rule over a son who acts shamefully, and will share the inheritance as one of the brothers. The crucible is for silver, and the furnace is for gold, and the Lord tests his hearts. An evildoer listens to wicked lips, and a liar gives ears to a mischievous tongue. Whoever mocks the poor insults his maker, and he who is glad at calamity will not go unpunished. Grandchildren are the crown of the age, and the glory of children is their fathers. Fine speech is not becoming to a fool. Still less is a false speech to a prince. A bribe is like a magic stone in the eyes of the one who gives it. Wherever he turns, he prospers. Whoever covers an offense seeks love, but he who repeats a matter separates close friends. A rebuke goes deeper into a man of understanding than 100 blows into a fool. An evil man seeks only rebellion, and a cruel messenger will be sent against him. Let a man meet a she-bear robbed of her cubs, rather than a fool in his folly. If anyone returns evil for good, evil will not depart from his house. The beginning of strife is like letting out water so quiet before the quarrel breaks out. He who justifies the wicked and he who condemns the righteous are both alike an abomination to the Lord. Why should a fool have money in his hand to buy wisdom when he has no sense? A friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. One who lacks sense gives a pledge and puts security in the presence of his neighbor. Whoever loves transgression loves strife. He who makes his door high seeks destruction. A man of crooked heart does not discover good, and the one with dishonest tongues falls into calamity. He who serves a fool gets himself sorrow, and the father of a fool has no joy. A joyful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones. A joyful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones. Wow. 17. I like that. I like that. Um, Proverbs 17. Proverbs 17. The The wicked accepts a bribe in secret to pervert the ways of the justice. The discerning sets his face toward wisdom, but the eyes of a fool are on the ends of the earth. A foolish son is a grief to his father, and bitterness to her who bore him. To impose a fine on a righteous man is not good, nor to strike the noble for their uprightness. Whoever restrains his word has knowledge, and he who has a cool spirit is a man of understanding. Whoever restrains his word has knowledge. I like that. Proverbs 17 is clutching up. Let's go 28 to let's go 27 to 30. 27 to 28. I like that. Even a fool who keeps silent is considered wise, but he who closes his lips, he is deemed intelligent. That's tough. That's tough. That's tough. 18. Oh my bro, every proverb is like 33 verses, y'all. Um, Whoever isolates himself seeks his own desire. He breaks out against all sound judgment. A fool takes no pleasure in understanding, but only in expressing his opinion. When wickedness comes, contempt comes also, and with dishonor comes disgrace. The words of a man's mouth are deep waters. The fountain of wisdom is a bubbling brook. It is not good to be partial to the wicked or to deprive the righteous of justice. A fool's lips walks into a fight, and his mouth invites a beating. A fool's mouth is his ruin, and his lips are a snare to his soul. The words of a whisperer are like delicious morsels. They go down into the inner parts of the body. Whoever is slack in his work is a brother to him who destroys. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous man runs into it and is safe. A rich man's wealth is his strong city, and like a high wall in his imagination. Before destruction, a man's heart is haughty, but humility comes before honor. If one gives an answer before he hears, it is his folly and shame. If one gives an answer before he hears, a man's spirit will endure sickness, but a cursed spirit who can bear? An intelligent heart acquires knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeks knowledge. A man's gift makes room for him and brings him before the great. The one who states his case first seems right, until others come and examine him. Um, the lots put an end to quarrels and decides between powerful and contenders. A brother offended is more unyielding than a strong city, and quarreling is like the bars of a castle. From the fruit of a man's mouth, his stomach is satisfied. He is satisfied by the yield of his lips. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruits. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. Those who love it will eat its fruits. Proverbs 18:21. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. The poor uses entreaties, but the rich answers gruffly. A man of many companions may come to ruin, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. The ending was a bar. 30 verses. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. Let's keep going, Elijah. Let's keep going. I'm tired too, bro. It's 8:38, guys, in the morning. Better is a better is poor better is a poor person who walks in his integrity than the one who is crooked in speech and is a fool. Desire without knowledge is not good, and whoever makes haste with his feet misses his ways. When a man's folly brings his way to ruin, his heart rages against the Lord. Wealth brings many new friends, but a poor man is deserted by his friends. Yo, Proverbs is speaking here. Wealth brings many new friends, but a poor man is deserted by his friends. A false witness will not go unpunished, and he who breathes out lies will not escape. Many seek the favor of a generous man, but everyone is a friend to a man who gives gifts. All a poor man's brother hate him. How much more do his friends go far from him? He pursues them with words, but he does not have them. Whoever gets sense loves his own soul. He who keeps understanding will discover good. A false witness will not go unpunished, and he who breathes out lies will perish. It is not fitting for a fool to live in luxury, much less for a slave to rule over princes. Good sense makes one slow to anger, and it is his glory to overlook an offense. A king's wrath is like the growling of a lion, but his favor is like the dew on the grass. A foolish son is ruin to his father, and a wife's quarreling is continual dripping of rain. House and wealth are inherited from fathers, but a prudent wife is from the Lord. Slothfulness casts into a deep sleep, and an idle person will suffer hunger. Whoever keeps the commandments keeps his life, and he who despises his ways will die. Whoever is generous to the poor lends to the Lord, and he will repay him for his deed. Discipline your son, for there is hope. Do not set your heart on putting him to death. A man of great wrath will pay the penalty, for if you deliver him, you will only have to do it again. Listen to advice and accept instruction that you may gain wisdom in the future. Many are the plans in the mind of a man, but it is the purpose of the Lord that will stand. What is desired in a man is steadfast love, and a poor man is better than a liar. The fear of the Lord leads to life, and whoever has it rests satisfied. He will not be visited by harm. The sluggard buries his hand in the dish and will not even bring it back to his mouth. Strike a scoffer and the simple will learn prudence. Reprove a man of understanding, and he will gain knowledge. He who does violence to his father and chastens away his mother is a son who brings shame and reproach. Cease to hear instruction, my son, and you will stay from the words of knowledge. A worthless witness mocks at justice, and the mouth of the wicked devours iniquity. Condemnation is ready for scoffers and beating for the backs of fools. So that's that. 20. 30 again, guys. Wine is a mocker, strong drink a brawler, and whoever is led astray by it is not wise. The terror of a king is like the growling of a lion. Whoever provokes him to anger forfeits his life. It is an honor for a man to keep aloof from strife, but every fool will be quarreling. The sluggard does not plow in the autumn. He will seek at harvest and have nothing. The purpose in a man's heart is like deep water, but a man of understanding will draw it out. Many a man proclaims his own steadfast love, but a faithful man who can find? The righteous who walks in his integrity, blessed are his children after him. A king who sits on the throne of judgment winnows all evil with his eyes. Who can say, I have made my heart pure, I am clean from my sin? Equal weights and equal measures are both alike an abomination to the Lord. Oh, unequal weights and unequal measures are like abomination to the Lord. Even a child makes himself known by his acts, but by whether his conduct is pure and upright. The hearing ear and the seeing eye, the Lord has made them both. Love not sleep, lest you come to poverty. Open your eyes and you will have plenty of bread. Bad, bad, says the buyer. But when he goes away, he boasts. There is gold in abundance of costly stones, but the lips of knowledge are a precious jewel. Take a man's garment when he has put up security for a stranger, and hold it in pledge when he puts up security for foreigners. Bread gained by deceit is sweet to a man, but afterward his stomach will be full of gravel. Plans are established by counsel, but wise guidance wage war. Whoever goes about slandering reveals secrets, therefore do not associate with the simple babbler. If one curses his father or his mother, his lamps will be put out in utter darkness. An inheritance gained hastily into the beginning will not be blessed in the end. Do not say, I will repay evil. Wait for the Lord, and he will deliver you. Unequal weights are an abomination to the Lord, and false scales are not good. A man's steps are from the Lord, but how can a man understand his ways? It is a snare to say heart rashly, it is holy, and to reflect only after making vows. A wise king winnows the wicked and derives the wheels over them. The spirit of a man is the lamp of the Lord, searching all his innermost parts. Steadfast love and faithfulness preserve the king, and by steadfast love his throne is his throne is upheld. The glory of a young man is their strength, but the splendor of old men is their gray hair. Blows that wound blows that wound cleanse away evil. Wound blows that wound cleanse away evil. Strokes made clean the innermost parts. I'm not sure what that is. All right, 2021, 31. The king's heart is a stream of water in the hand of the Lord. He turns it wherever he will. Every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord weighs the heart. To do righteous and justice is more acceptable to the Lord than sacrifice. Haughty eyes and a proud heart, the lamp of the wicked are sin. Uh, the plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance, but everyone who is hasty comes only to poverty. The getting of treasuries by a lying tongue is a fleeting vapor and a snare of death. The violence of the wicked will sweep them away because they refuse to do what is just. The way of the guilty is crooked, but the conduct of the pure is upright. It is better to live in a corner of the house. It is better to live in a corner of the housetop than in a house shared with a quarrelsome wife. The soul of the wicked desires evil. His neighbor finds no mercy in his eyes. When a scoffer is punished, the simple becomes wise. When a wise man is instructed, he gains knowledge. The righteous one observes the house of the wicked. He throws the wicked down to ruin. Whoever closes his ear to the cry of the poor will himself call out and not be answered. Um, a gift in secret averts anger, and a conceivable bribe strong wrath. When justice is done, it is joy to the righteous, but terror to evildoers. One who wanders from the way of good sense will rest in the assembly of the dead. Whoever loves pleasure will be a poor man. He who loves wine and oil will not be rich. The wicked is a ransom for the righteous, and the traitor for the upright. It is better to live in a desert land than with a quarrelsome and fretful woman. Precious treasure and oil are in a wise man's dwelling, but a foolish man devours it. Whoever pursues righteousness and kindness will find life, righteous and honor. A wise man scales the city of the mighty and brings down the stronghold in which they trust. Whoever keeps his mouth and his tongue keeps himself out of trouble. Scoffer is the name of the arrogant, haughty man who acts with arrogant pride. The desire of the sluggard kills him, for his hands refuse to labor. All day long he craves and craves, but the righteous gives and does not hold back. The sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination. How much more when he brings it with evil intent? A false witness will perish, but the word of a man who hears will endure. A wicked man puts on a bold face, but the upright gives thought to his ways. No wisdom, no understanding, no counsel can avail against the Lord. The horse is made ready for the day of battle, but the victory belongs to the Lord. The horse is made ready for the day of battle, but the victory belongs to the Lord. That's a bar. That's good. A good son is to be chosen rather than great riches. A good name is to be chosen rather than great riches. And favor is better than silver or gold. A, A good name is to be chosen rather than riches. The rich and the poor meet together. The Lord is maker of them all. The prudent sees danger and hides himself, but the simple go and suffer for it. The reward for the humility and the fear of the Lord is riches and honor and life. Thorns and snares are in the ways of the crooked. Whoever guards his soul will keep far from them. Train up a child in the way he should go. Even when he is old, he will not depart from it. There it is. The rich rules over the poor, and the borrower is the slave of the lender. Whoever sows injustice will reap calamity, and the rod of the fury will fail. The rod of his fury will fail. Whoever has a bountiful eye will be blessed, for he shares his bread with the poor. Drive out a scoffer, and strife will go out, and quarreling and abuse will cease. He who loves purity of heart, and whose speech is gracious, will have the king as his friend. The eyes of the Lord keep watch over knowledge, but he overthrows the words of the traitor. The sluggard says, "There is a lion outside. I shall be killed in the streets." The mouth of forbidden women is a deep pit. The mouth of a forbidden woman is a deep pit. He with whom the Lord is angry will fall into it. Folly is bound up in the heart of a child, but the rod of discipline drives it out far from him. Whoever oppresses the poor to increase his own wealth or gives to the rich will only come to poverty. Words of the wise. Incline your ear and hear the words of the wise, and apply your heart to my knowledge. For it will be pleasant if you keep them within you. If all of them are ready on your lips, that your trust may be in the Lord. I have made them known to you today, even to you. Have I not written for you 30 sayings of counsels and knowledge to make you known what is right and true, that you may give a true answer to those who sent you? Do not rob the poor because he is poor, or crush the afflicted at the gate, for the Lord will plead their cause and rob of life those who rob them. Make no friendship with a man given to anger, nor go with a wrathful man, lest you learn his ways and entangle yourself in a snare. Be not one of those who gives pledges, who put up security for debts. If you have nothing with which to pay, why should your bed be taken from under you? Do not move ancient landmarks that your fathers have set. Um, do you see a man skillful in his work? He will stand before kings. He will not stand before obscure man. When you sit down to eat with the ruler, observe carefully what is before you, and put a knife to your throat if you are given to appetite. Do not desire his delicacies, for they are deceptive food. Deceptive food. Do not toil to acquire wealth. Be discerning enough to desist. When your eyes light on it, it is gone. For suddenly it sprouts wings, flying like an eagle toward heaven. Do not eat the bread of a man who is stingy. Do not desire his delicacies. For he is like the one who is inwardly calculating. For he is like the one who is inwardly calculating. Eat and drink, he says to you, but his heart is not with you. You will vomit up the morsels that you have eaten and waste your pleasant words. Do not speak in the hearing of a fool, for he will despise the good sense of your words. Do not move an ancient landmark or enter the fields of the fatherless, for the Redeemer is strong. He will plead their cause against you. Apply your heart to instruction and your ear to words of knowledge. Um, do not withhold discipline from a child. If you strike him with a rod, he will not die. If you strike him with a rod, you will save his soul from Sheol. My heart too will be glad. My innermost being will exult when your lips speak what is right. Let not your heart envy sinners, but continue in the fear of the Lord all the day. Surely there is fear, and your hope will not be cut off. Hear, my son, and be wise, and direct your heart in the way, but do not but be not among drunkards or among the gluttonous eaters of meat. For the drunkard and the glutton will come to poverty, and slumber will clothe them with rags. Listen to your father who gave you life, and do not despise your mother when she is old. Buy truth and do not sell it. Buy wisdom, instruction, and understanding. The father of the righteous will greatly rejoice. He who follows a wise son will be glad in him. Let your father and mother be glad. Let her who bore you rejoice. My son, give me your heart, and let your eyes observe my ways. For a prostitute is a deep pit, an adulteress is a narrow well. She lies in wait like a robber, and increases the traitors among mankind. Who has woe? Who has sorrow? Who has strife? Who has complaining? Who has wounds? Who has wounds without cause? Who has redness of eyes? Those those who tarry long over wine, those who go to try mixed wine. Do not look at wine when it is red, when it sparkles in the cup and goes down smoothly. It ends in a bite. It ends in a bite like a serpent. It stings like an adder. Your eyes will see strange things, and your heart of utter perverse things. You will be like the one who lies down in the midst of the sea, like the one who lies on the top of a mast. They struck me, you will say, but I was not hurt. They beat me, but I did not feel it. When shall I awake? I must have another drink. 24. Do not be not envious of this evil man, nor desire to be with them, for their heart devises evil. For their heart devises violence, and their lips talks of trouble. By wisdom a house is built, and by understanding it is established. By by knowledge the rooms are filled with all precious and pleasant riches. A wise man is full of strength, and a man of knowledge enhances his might. For by wisdom guidance you can wage your war, and in abundance of counsel there is victory. Wisdom is too high for a fool, in the gates he does not open his mouth. Whoever plans to do evil will be called a schemer. Um, the devising of folly is sin, and the scoffer is an abomination to mankind. If if you faint in the days of adversity, their strength is small. Rescue those who are being taken away to death. Hold back those who are stumbling to the slaughter. If you say, "Behold, we did not know this," does not he who waits the heart perceives it? Does not he who keeps watch over your soul know it? And he will not repay man according to his works. And will he not pay man repay man according to his works? My son, eat honey, for it is good, and the drippings of the honeycomb are sweet to your taste. Know that wisdom is such to your soul. If you find it, there will be a future, and your hope will not be cut off. Lie not in wait as a wicked man against the dwelling of the righteous. Do no violence to his home. For the righteous falls 7 times and rises again, but the wicked stumble in times of calamity. Do not rejoice when your enemies fall, and let your heart be glad when he stumbles, lest the Lord see it and be displeased and turn away his anger from him. Fret not yourself because of evildoers, and do not be envious of the wicked, for the evil man has no future. The lamp of the wicked will be put out. My son, fear the Lord and the king. Do not join with those who do otherwise, for disaster will arise suddenly from them. And who knows the ruins that will come from them both. Partiality. These are the sayings of the wise. Partiality is judging is not good. Whoever says to the wicked, "You are in the right," will be cursed by peoples, abhorred by nations. Um, but those who rebuke the wicked will have the delight, and a good blessing will come upon them. Whoever gives an honest answer kisses the lips. Prepare your work outside. Get everything ready for yourself in the field, and after that, build your house. Be not a witness against your neighbor without cause, and do not deceive with your lips. Do not say, "I will do to him as he has done to me. I will pay the man back for what he has done." I passed by the field of a sluggard, by the vineyard of a man lacking sense. Behold, it was all overgrown with thorns. The grass was covered with needles, and its stone's wall was broken down. Then I saw it and considered it. I looked and received instruction. A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will come upon you like a robber, and want like an armed man. Mm. These are also the promises of Solomon which the men of Hezekiah, king of Judah, copied. It is the glory of God to conceal things, but the glory of a king is to search things out. As the heavens for height and the earth for depth, so the heart of a king is unsearchable. Take away the dross from the silver, and the smith has a material for a vessel. Take away the wicked from the presence of the king, and his thrones will be established in righteousness. Do not put yourself forward in the king's presence, or stand in the place of the great. For it is better to be told, come up here, than to be put lower in the presence of a noble. What your eyes have seen, do not hastily bring into court. But what will you do in the end, when your neighbor puts you to shame? Argue your case with your neighbor himself, and do not reveal another secret, lest he who hears you bring shame upon you, and you ill repute and your ill repute have no end. A word filthy spoken is like apples of gold in a setting of silver, like a gold ring or an ornament of gold is a wise reprover to a listening ear. Like the cold of snow in the time of harvest is a faithful messenger to those who send him. He refreshes the soul of his masters. Like clouds and wind without rain is a man who boasts of gift he does not give. With patience a ruler may be persuaded, and a soft tongue will break a bone. If you have found money, eat only enough for you, lest you have your fill of it and vomit it. Let your foot be seldom in your neighbor's house, lest he who lest he have his fill of you and hate you. A man who bears false witness against his neighbor is like a war club or a sword or a sharp arrow. Trusting in a treacherous man in time of trouble is like a bad tooth or a foot that slips. Whoever sings songs to a heavy heart is like the one who takes off a garment on a cold day, and like vinegar on soda. If your enemy is hungry, give him bread to eat, and if he is thirsty, give him water to drink. For you will heap burning coals on his head, and the Lord will reward you. The north wind brings forth rain, and a backbiting tongue angers looks. It is better to live in a corner of the household than in a house shared with a whoresome wife. Where I remember we already read that part. Like a cold water to a thirsty soul, so is good news from a far country. Like a muddied spring or polluted fountain is a righteous man who gives way before the wicked. It is not good to eat much money. It is not good to eat much honey, nor is it glorious to seek one's own glory. A man without self-control is like a city broken into the left. A man without self-control is like a city broken into and left without walls. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. So it took me about an hour, I think. It took me about an hour to to read all of it. So it took me about an hour to read all of that. Yeah, 58 minutes. Beautiful, beautiful. 15. Okay, so an hour. I read 15 proverbs in an hour. Wasn't too bad. Proverbs, man, I love proverbs, y'all. I really do. But like reading like 25 proverbs in like one go is super difficult because first of all each proverb has about 31 verses, so it's kind of competitive, it's kind of it's long. First of all, it's long. um, but we just read proverbs. We finished day 22 yeah, day 22. We completed day 22, even though today is day 23. As I said, guys, I wasn't able to read last night. I thought I was, but I came back late from work and I couldn't. So as long as I complete it, as long as I read it, it don't matter. But yeah, I just completed day 22, Proverbs 118 to 150. I mean, Psalms 118 to 150. And then we went from Proverbs 1 to 25. So day 22 is complete. Um, yeah, I think it's day 22. It might be day 21, actually. I'm going to have to check that. Um, I don't know. I think it's day 22. I think it's day 22. But that's it, guys. I gotta keep reading here. But so day 22 complete. So we are on day 20. Actually, let me just end this here. So that's it for the reading.